All right. Here we go. Okay, good morning. This is Eleazar Santos. This is our 15th encounter for this Intermediate English 1. Today is November 19, 2019. Okay. Karine, good morning or good evening in China.
Sorry.
All right,
Good morning, good
welcome.
morning, good morning.
Okay, good morning. Thank you, Angie. Daniela, good
I was
morning.
talking like a lot and then I just realized that my microphone was off.
Yeah, it was off, but that's okay now. Okay, thank you, Karine.
Like,
Daniela, good morning. Turn on your microphone, Daniela.
Good
Turn it on.
morning.
Okay. Can you hear us, Daniela?
Good morning, teacher.
Yes, that's much better. That's yeah, that's great. Okay, Laura, good morning.
Good morning, Fish. How are you?
Fine. Thank you very much. Thank you. Ronald, good morning.
Good morning, teacher. Good morning, guys. How are you today?
Great,
I'm
fine.
fine,
Thank you.
thank you. And you?
Fine. Thank you.
Okay, come on. Energetic, energetic, come on. Pedro, good morning.
Hey teacher, good morning and hello everyone.
Hello.
Okay, hi.
No.
All right. Hello. We can hear you. It's okay. All right. Thank you so much for being at this encounter, for being online. Okay, couple of questions today to reflect about your own learning process or the contact you have with the English language by yourselves. Okay. The idea is you to reflect with us and share this kind of information. Okay. Hopefully we can find maybe some similarities or even common opinions about your learning process or aspects for teaching English. I'm going to start with a question for every one of you that is about the skills. You know? Again, as teachers or future teachers, you need to understand that maybe you need to be ready to use and to strengthen your four skills, you know, for because you need to master them in order to teach them at least in appropriate way according to your students. What do you consider can be your strongest and the weakest skill that maybe you say, I really find out that I need to improve this, or I am kind of comfortable with my skill because I can produce this, or because my production in this skill is really good, and maybe you have no major efforts to do according to that. Okay, I'm going to start with Ronald. Ronald, what do you consider is your strongest and weakest skill in English language?
Mm, well, I consider that mm, I feel very well. My pronunciation, I think, is very well. Um, I feel very well when I am speaking. Um, my weakness, I think that my weakness is when I try to write. That is a little bit difficult for me. Um, I I try to be better when I try to improve my listening. Sometimes I don't understand, especially native people, because they speak a little bit fast or speak faster than others. So is a little bit difficult for me when I listening as well. But I think that my weaknesses, my really problem is that when I try to write, yeah, is hard for me. Sometimes the grammar is difficult. I've been checking some books when I think that it's okay for me. I I find that it's not wrong, but I find that in another way. Yes, it's written it's written in another way. So I confuse in that moment. But I understand that the English you can say things in many different ways. So we have to be careful. Cuidadosos.
Yeah,
Yes,
carefully.
but my weakness, my really problem is with the when I was writing.
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
Thank you, Ronald. Thank you. Okay. Pedro, what about you, Pedro? What is the weakness you can see there and the strongest you have?
Um, well, if we're going to talk about my strongest ability for the English language, I think I listen very well and I can understand many things that people say. However, it when it is in British English
Mm-hmm.
or some strange accent, it's very difficult to understand for me. I
Yes.
think I have to improve my listening skills because when someone or speak quickly, I don't understand anything. Um, However, my skill, I think I'm very good listener. I like to interpret and make currents to what others are saying, you know? Um, I remember that the first time I began to understand people who spoke in English, I was very excited and happy. And on the other hand, if we talk about um, one of my weakness for the English language, mm, I don't know. I think that it's speaking because I think I still have to be fluent and know more words because so, okay, I can organize grammatically correct sentence in my mind, in my head,
Uh-huh.
but I need vocabulary to be able to express what I feel and can express my ideas. You know, um, I think that I would like to learn complex and hard words and be able to speak in I don't know, sophisticated way
Uh-huh.
with a technical language, even to try to speak better than a native.
Wow. Great. Very good reflection, Pedro. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good reflection. Mhm. Okay, Lina, what about you? The weakest and the strongest?
Hello, teacher.
Yes, Lina.
I think that my stronger skill for English is writing. Because I am trying to practice it every day with doing the with no doing the my homework for the university, and I have really good skill and learn vocabulary. I need
Yeah.
only see the word and I learn it. It's a fact, really. But my weakness skill is listening. I really
Okay.
have problems with the people speak English very quickly. I
Uh-huh.
can understand, and when I listen people speak English so slowly. Yes, teacher,
Yeah.
slowly.
Yes.
I
Yes.
I really I can understand the meaning. I can understand the words. I don't know. I can understand,
Yeah.
but when the people um, it, speak very very quickly, the really natives. Yes,
Uh-huh.
I can
Yes.
really. I have problem with the word with the same pronunciation. I don't know. I can understand. I have problems. That's it.
Okay. Thank you, Lina. Okay. Yes. Your insights, your personal insights. Great. Um, Laura, what about you? Lau- it is too low, low, low. You need to turn volume up, please. Up, up, up.
You can hear me? You can
Yes,
hear me?
now it's yes, now it's better.
Okay. Okay. The strongest is listening because I understand many things, and the weakest is speaking. I think it's scary to speak, but I do my best. I think it's normal when learning a language, but it's difficult for me to associate the words in my head. For example, learning a text is in English is difficult for me. I prefer to search for unknown words
Uh-huh.
and learn them. The natives speak very fast, and I hardly understand. I like watch videos in YouTube
Mm-hmm.
while subtitles.
Mm-hmm.
Prefer subtitles.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yep. Yep.
yes.
Subtitles. Okay. Thank you, Laura. Daniela, for you, what is the strongest and weakest?
Okay, teacher. I consider that my strongest
Mm-hmm.
ability is to write. The word is engraved, even if I know it. I think I know how to write it. The weak one would be when listen to people because I have little understand. And when there is an easy context,
Mm-hmm.
it is understood, but sometimes I am blocked.
Okay. Blocked. All right.
Block. Block.
Blocked. Okay. Thank you, Angie. And Karine, what about you? What do you consider is your strongest and weakest skill?
Well, I think my strongest thing is like I very good communicating with people, so I can learn fast, and I have a very good like language ear.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can catch many language, like many languages, and I can speak a little bit of many languages. Maybe I have a good ear. I don't know how to call that,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe. But actually, because I'm living in a foreign country, maybe that's also helped me a lot. So maybe also can influence that. Also, I think my pronunciation is also kind of okay, and maybe my weakness is that maybe some because I have three languages in my brain, so sometimes I confuse the grammar, so I'm like crazy sometimes because actually I speak very well Chinese and I speak very well English and I speak so Spanish.
Come on.
but but I mean sometimes I forgot the word
Mm-hmm.
in Spanish and I just remember the word in Chinese. So that's before some
Yeah.
like when I go back to my country, sometimes I forgot the word. Some because I have many languages, so I sometimes my brain is like those memes like they have the brain here with fire here. Maybe sometimes I get confused with the grammar. Maybe and I need to learn more about grammar or something like that.
Okay. What about your writing, Karine?
Oh,
Are
my writing
you,
is okay.
yeah, even in Chinese?
No, my writing in Chinese is poor
Oh,
because the Chinese is like a
uh,
thousand of symbols, no letters, just symbol.
yeah,
But they have an ABC. They have right now they have the Chinese characters and they have the
yeah.
Chinese pinyin. Pinyin is the Chinese in ABC, but the
Mm-hmm.
thing they but the how to differ because they have four accents, four like a. We have just like the the la tilde. We just have some
Mm-hmm.
like these
Yeah.
accentuations, but they have four. Is
Oh,
a. So they have four. So for learning pinyin, you need to because sometimes the same word have different meaning. Depends depend of the accentuation. If you
oh,
say wrong, for example, there is two wrong. That one needs it's one if you don't pronounce right you can say a bad word.
ah,
Like one thing is do is 造 doing and 造 is fuck. So if you don't say it right you can offend to other people. So
yeah.
they have so many like for you it's the same but for them like oh my god why you say so you need to also we need Chinese language is like so many things. It's very complicated, and if you don't say the accentuation right, so you will be like you can say things wrong, and maybe you are selling bad things to other people, and you didn't. No, but I mean, I want to say this. My meaning is not that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, but with the times, I learned how to difference. So I know how to do this. So, but if I read in pinyin with the accentuations, I can read in pinyin, and if I reading, the people think I'm reading the Chinese character, but I'm reading just the ABC. It's the same. They use ABC, but the pronunciation is different. Like for example, the V they pronounce it like a P, and the P they pronounce it like they say like a B. The B they pronounce it like a P, and the P like a B. The the K they pronounce it a like a G, like a G, G, and the G the G pronounce it like a K.
Oh.
So you need to also to
Mhm.
understand all these uh, like I mean you can read in English like ABC, but pinyin is also different because you need to be attention of the pronunciation of the four accentuations.
Mhm.
If you don't pay attention to this, so it's also hard. So sometimes I just mix it up because so many things in my mind, so that's why. But writing, I'm okay. I practice a lot because the only thing you can write well is just to read and practice, read and practice, read and practice. That's the only way to you can learn how to write.
All right. Thank you, Karine. Thank you so much. Okay, next question is Uh, okay, in a context as we usually are in Latin America, where Mexico and all Central America, we are immersed in Spanish language all the time, even with different accents, you know, but we are immersed in just Spanish. Maybe for people that are learning English in another country, as Karine, or maybe in any other part of the world, they use English from time to time, but here in Latin America is kind of hard, and it makes it difficult, the learning process. The question for you is, how do you keep in touch with English language? Okay, as evident and as we know, Karine is in another country. The question for Karine can be different. Okay, for Karine, the question would be, sorry, how did you learn? Okay, how were your beginning process for learning? I don't know where, if was here in Colombia or just when you went there. Okay, you talk about how did you learn, and the rest of you are going to answer how do you keep in touch with English? Okay, how do you keep in touch with English? Okay, Pedro, how do you keep in touch with English as part of your learning process as well?
Mm. Okay. Generally, I maintain a constant relationship with English. In my mind, I'm always thinking in English, and I try to talk to myself about what I see in my environment. For example, when I'm taking a shower, I start to
Yeah.
speak only in English in my mind. I ask myself questions, and I answer that. When I read some products or food texts that you can find in the
Mhm.
cover, I
Yeah.
I always think about how to say that in English.
Mhm.
I also like to listen to music in English. Whenever I find a song that I like very much, I look for its lyrics and I learn it completely to be able to sing it. Um, I check its pronunciation and the meaning that the lyrics of that song have.
Oh,
Mm, okay. When we are composing lyrics with my band,
yeah.
we do it in English. On the other hand, we have a group of friends that sometimes meet and try to speak in English about our lives, and try to review uh, A1 level topics that we may not understand, you know?
Yeah.
Mm, I really like to speak in English, and I really like this language. The little things that I know about it, I have learned it empirically,
Mhm.
and I have not gone to English courses or academies, because I think the best way to learn English is practicing every day, practice, 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 and that's I think that people that living in another country learn English so fast, like Karine.
Mhm. Okay.
That's it, teacher.
Great, great commitment with yourself, Pedro. And as we all in here can listen you, we can, or you can show us the results, okay, for your commitment, your personal commitment. That's great, okay. Those are the
Thank you.
results. Being a really good speaker. Thank you so much. Okay, that's good for teachers or future teachers. Okay, Ronald, what about you? How do you keep in touch with English language?
Uh, I I try to practice English every day in my mind. Um, I have some friends on Facebook. Uh, three persons, and they are best friends on Facebook. There is a Russian girl, an Indonesian boy, and he's from, another one is from, okay, I forgot the country. I'm going to remember now. So I try to text them. We are chatting, or sometimes we make some telephone calls. I try to practice on YouTube. I follow YouTubers, and they have their channels on Facebook as well. So I try to practice every day with their classes.